Welcome to the top 10 most pulled comic books for December 10th, 2025. I'm Mike Spiderslayer. Welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. If you love daily comic book content, you like me helping you make decisions of what comic books to buy, you guys came to the right place. Hit the subscribe button. You're not going to be disappointed. Where do I get this data from? Well, I get it from leagueofcomicgeeks.com. This is the free website where you can keep track of what comic books are coming out each week. You can create your own pull list, and I compile those numbers all the way from number 1 basically to number 15, and then we do a sleeper pick at the end. One of my favorite series to do each and every week, just to see where these comics rank. And we got one book this week. I am so curious to see what the pull number is. So with that being said, let's go ahead. Let's get started. Now, just like every week, we have the books that are on the outside looking in. 5 books trying to claw their way back into the top 10 positions. And the first book we're talking about is Supergirl. This is issue 8. It's a 32-page comic for the price of $4. This book does have 5,005 pulls written by Sophie Campbell, and the art is done by Hanning. Now, when it comes to this book, it is a book that's a guilty pleasure series for me. I'm not going to lie. It is entertaining read. It's fun. It's weird. It's a little bit out there. And this does have a first appearance in it of Linda Danvers as a robot. So that's interesting. This is a story about Supergirl's past, where I guess there was a robot and the robot's abandoned, and now she makes her way back. Looking forward to it. Our second book that's on the outside looking in goes to the Infernal Hulk. This is issue 2. What a brilliant first issue. Legacy numbering 813, 32 pages, $4 for this comic book. It does have 5,236 pulls. It's written by Philip Kennedy Johnson. The art this time, already in the second issue, is Kev Walker. Probably why they were able to get the second issue out so quickly before January came around. But the first issue was really exciting. We get to see this new version of the Hulk that's not Bruce Banner. That's like the King of Monsters, or Queen of Monsters, I should say. And I'm looking forward to the story at hand, but I definitely want more Nick Klein artwork in this second time around than in the first Hulk run. The third book that's on the outside looking in goes to Spider-Man and Wolverine. This is issue 8, 32 pages, $4 for this comic book. And this one does have 5,587 pulls. I would think this book is a little higher when it comes to pull numbers. I think it's a fun book to read. It gives you those old school 90 vibes when you're reading it. I think Carrie Andrews' artwork is brilliant to look at. It has a lot of energy. Mark Guggenheim is the writer here. And now they're doing battle against this crazy new villain that's like a mashup between Spider-Man and Wolverine, and then are in this parallel universe. Again, it's a lot of fun, and I think the character's name is Arachnids. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this series. The fourth book that's on the outside looking in goes to Geiger, issue 19. Book needs to climb as well. Such a good book, but at least it is being mentioned on this week's top 10 most pulled. This book is 32 pages, $4 for this comic. It does have 5,612 pulls written by Jeff Johns. Gary Frank returns on the artwork in this issue, and I couldn't be more excited. When he does the artwork, the book is top tier, next level comic. This one does have to deal with the other glowing character, Ashley Arden. So now she's off and on her own. She's off the grid, and I guess she's dealing with some personal missions, and we get to learn more about her past, which I'm excited about, which means she's going to be in the series going forward. Our fifth and final book that's on the outside looking in goes to DCKO, Wonder Woman vs. Lobo. This is issue 1, 48 pages, $5 for this comic book. I'm so excited for this. I picked Lobo to win this fight. Who did you guys pick? Let me know in the comments below. 48 pages, $5. This book does have 7,612 pulls. It's written by Joelle Jones and the art is done by Jason Howard. This could be a really fun issue, especially with Lobo. And as serious as Wonder Woman is, I mean, there's like two complete opposites, but I do hope that Lobo does take the victory here, moves on to the next round. Remember, after this, we still have 5 more battles with the 16 contestants in the bracket. Officially moving on to the top 10. So this is when things really start to heat up. And coming in at number 10, but this has dropped, is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is issue 13. I'm not sure if people are not grasping the new creative team or excited about it, but nevertheless, we have a new creative team here. This one is 32 pages for the price of $5. This does have 7,739 pulls, written by, I'm going to say this wrong, Jean Luen Yang, and the art is done by Freddie E. Williams II. So the Jason Aaron run is over. We got the new creative team here. I want to know in the comments below, how excited are you for this new creative team of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Moving on up to number 9, and number 9 we have another DCKO tie-in. This is Aquaman issue 12. 32 pages for the price of $4. This book does have 8,151 pulls, written by Jeremy Adams, and the artwork is done by John Timms. Now, I think I picked Hawkman to win this, but I didn't realize that this was taking place in the Aquaman comic book. My theory here is if it's not a new number 1 battle or single issue and it takes place in a main title of a character, I feel like that character is going to win. So even though I picked Hawkman, I think Aquaman's going to win because it's his own series. Same like Titans, where Cyborg is going to win because that takes place in Titans. Grabbing on to the 8th spot this week goes to Batman and Robin. This is issue 28. 32 pages for the price of $5. This book does have 8,601 pulls. Not quite at the 10K mark, but we're slowly getting up there. Another book written by Philip Kennedy Johnson. And being that Philip Kennedy Johnson is now an exclusive writer for Marvel, how much longer is this series going to go on for, right? This book does have, this artist here is Fiko Yawaso. I probably said that name wrong too. Anyway, when it comes to this book, we have the Quiet Man, right? And he's closing in on the dynamic duo, but this character looks like he's going after the ventriloquists. So yeah, if you want to find out what's going on there, here we go. The lucky 7 spot. We have Marvel Comics Ultimate Black Panther. This is issue 23. The book keeps moving along and it's always in the top 10. 32 pages, $5 for this comic book, and it does have 9,722 pulls. It's written by Brian Hill. The art is done by Carlos Nitio. Now, when it comes to this comic, we have Killmonger, who could become the possible Black Panther. Listen, I think we've seen that in a real universe. I could be wrong. I don't read Black Panther at all. But nevertheless, there's a lot of people still enjoying Ultimate Black Panther. And it looks like this one is going to be ending very soon with the Ultimate Universe coming to a close. Coming in at number 6, and I'm surprised this is not in the top 5, usually is. I feel like this is a really good, grounded, and solid comic book. This is Action Comics issue 1093. This one is 32 pages, $5. This pull count on this one is 11,147. It's pretty good. It's written by Mark Waid. The art is done by Skylar Partridge. And this is a story about young Clark Kent dealing with, him becoming a superhero for the first time, fighting his first enemies. And here it looks like the Kent farm is endangered of being foreclosed on. And how is he going to help Ma and Pa Kent when this has nothing to do with his superpowers? Like I said, very grounded comic book, and I like it because it's something different than what's going on in the main continuity right now. Cracking the top 5 this week goes to The Amazing Spider-Man. This is issue 17. Wow. Legacy numbering 981. 32 pages, $5. This book does have, wow, guys, it increased. It broke the high 11,000s, and then it's now 12,006 pulls. Not a huge increase, but it has increased. Written by Joe Kelly, and the art is done by Pepe Larraz. I need to know how many of you guys are digging this run of The Amazing Spider-Man. Do you like the grounded elements? Do you like the cosmic elements? And this one does deal with Spider-Man back in space. And does he even want to go back home? I mean, he's got an alien girlfriend now, and he's got some friends. So does he want to leave? Does he want to stay? I don't know. I guess we'll have to read and find out. A little edit here. I actually skipped over number 3. So you're going to see the next book talked about as its number 4. Technically, it's number 3. This book is number 4. How did I skip it? It's Transformers, and this is issue 27. Oh my gosh. 32 pages, $4. I'm so happy I caught it while editing this. This book does have 13,639 pulls. What a great pull number. Love to see that it's in the top 4 here. Robert Kirkman is the writer. Dan Mora does the art. Megatron strikes back. It looks like he is going to try to rescue Soundwave because Soundwave is captured here. So looking forward to the issue. And like I said, the next book I'm discussing is technically number 3. So hopefully you guys enjoy Transformers this week. And now things are really starting to heat up as we are at the final 4. And coming in at number 4 goes to Ultimate Wolverine. This is issue 12. 32 pages for the price of $6. This book does have 15,379 pulls, written by Chris Condon, and the art is done by Alessandro Capicchio. Now, when it comes to this comic book, it ended in such a devastating fashion when it came to Wolverine, and now it looks like Wolverine is going to have to truly get his revenge here. Does he succeed? I don't know, man. We'll have to read it to find out. But this has been a great Wolverine / X-Men title. And I wish it would continue. It's sad that this one is going to end. Oh boy, coming in at number 2. And I think any other week, this book would be number 1, right? But it does go to Ultimate Spider-Man issue 23. 40 pages for the price of $6. Guys, it's the penultimate issue of this Spider-Man run. Now, it has been a little bit of a stall as of late, which it's been disappointing, but it says that it's going to be a phenomenal issue. Maybe this is where all the action happens, right? Nothing is spoiled in the synopsis whatsoever. No hints. But the only thing you get to see on the cover here is Peter facing the Kingpin. So we shall see what happens. And this book does have, holy shit, 31,268 pulls. That is a record for Ultimate Spider-Man, written by Jonathan Hickman and Marco Cicchetto. Man, people really want to see this conclusion. It better deliver. So after number 1, we are not done, as we do have Spider Slayer's sleeper pick to discuss, because I show you 15 books today that you guys might be excited about and that are on the pull list, but there could be this book that I search below those 15 that could rise to the top and be that next Ultimate Spider-Man or Absolute Batman, right? We'll get to that in a minute. But first, we got to get to the number 1 most pulled comic book for this week, which is December 10th, 2025. And I think all of you know what it is at this point. But this could be peak for Absolute Batman. Let me tell you, it's 32 pages for $5. Are you ready? So Can we beat 50K on this one? I don't know. I have no idea. Remember, I never look at these pull numbers until I'm recording this video, so you see my instant reaction here. So here we go. The pull count on this book is... it has not beat it, not even close. 43,492 pulls. And I think this would have to do with maybe the variant covers out there. There's so many variants that people are buying other variants, and maybe the actual pull count suffers a little bit from it, but still, nevertheless, 43,492 pulls. It's not too shabby, let me tell you. I am really excited for this story to see what the Joker is, how he became the way that he was. This is going to be a great and exciting comic book. And now it's time for Spider Slayer's sleeper pick. And today, guys, we are discussing Bad Ideas Comics Ordained. This is issue 1. So this is the second series that Robert Venditti is actually writing for Bad Idea. The first one is Survive, and this one is Ordained. This one is 48 pages for the price of $6. This one does rank number 38 on the list, so not too far down there. I think some people are anticipating it because it does have 1,193 pulls. Now, this is about a priest who actually goes to this gangster's deathbed and kind of, I guess, he wants to hear the guy's confession before he dies and everything else. But remarkably, this guy winds up healing, and he winds up getting out of his bed, and he goes back to his old ways. And guess who knows everything about him now? This priest. And he wants this priest dead. But little do we know is that this priest wasn't always the priest. There's something mysterious about this guy. So this does sound like an interesting story, and I think Robert Venditti can really pull off a cool story like this. So definitely looking forward to this one. If you haven't heard about it, you might want to check it out. And there you have it, webheads. There are the top 10 most pulled comic books for December 10th, 2025. There's some good ones there. I am surprised. I'm not going to lie. That Absolute Batman didn't get more than 50K. I am surprised about Ultimate Spider-Man breaking 30K. That's pretty impressive. But as always, guys, I'll leave you more content right here for you to click on. Always looking forward to your comments. Remember, support your local comic shops. Keep buying, keep collecting, but always remember, read your comics so we can have great comic conversation just like we did today. Guys, I will see you tomorrow on New Comic Book Day.